that's, death education is the suicide thing. They want your kids to take drugs.
Order out of chaos.
They want, exactly. Okay, that's what they did. They had to create the chaos. They had to destroy our children's values and absolutely do away with any semblance of an academic curriculum, math, science, no more 4 years of math, science, literature, history, etc. Get rid of history and all. So when I went through that, about identifying the resistors and then also identifying the important people in the community, really good people, and we all know a lot of them, right? Head of the Rotary, head of the Garden Club, head of the Historical Society. The important people, you go to them, and you convince them that this is very important to put this sex ed program in, or this suicide ed program, or this bullying program, or this whatever program, that absolutely has nothing to do with anything to do with what parents want the schools to do.
And it sets the precedent.
I went through that, and then I helped start Guardians of Education for Maine, and of course I ran again for school board, and I lost because they hated my guts by that time. But hold on to your elected officials, folks, no matter what. They can get rid of me, that's right. They should get rid of me if they have enough people to vote against me. Have to hold on to your elected officials, and that's something I want to point out right now. Up there, number 2, I said the most important thing to know is that the Republicans and Democrats are the same. Number 2 is most important thing, go up against any change in local governance where they're taking away your elected officials. And then we are going to move into the basic thrust of my conversation today, and I will go into history of the Department of Ed a bit too. But the basic thrust, in case Alex gets cut off, is do not fall for any form of school choice unless it's homeschooling, and you're not receiving any federal monies, any tax monies at all, no computer curriculum that is virtual computers like William Bennett's curriculum. Do not go there. Nothing that receives tax money is going to be legitimate because, or safe, because your child will have to take the federal test. And the federal test is 60% attitudinal. And that's why they want the teachers to have merit pay, performance-based pay now, to force the teachers into teaching to the federal international politically correct test.
Now, let me just throw this out there, Charlotte, briefly. I mean, that's the key, is that no wonder the test scores are dropping, as you discovered. They want you learning anything but reading, writing, and arithmetic. It's all about basically being re-educated with diversity training, right. And it sets the precedent for federal/international curriculum, right. And that's what Bill and Melinda Gates are doing, yeah. is running around accelerating this.
And it's school to work. It's nothing but training your child. There's a difference between training and education, very big. Training bypasses the brain. Has nothing to do with your child being able to figure out what's going on in the world or have a conscience or anything. The training is the Skinner part.
Pavlovian.
The Pavlovian part. And it's all in my book, all the documents of this, especially the appendices, marvelous appendices, which explain the Pavlovian method. But also, Alex, what we're doing today for you is this great article, The Loss of Free Will, is going to be up on my website, and it's going to be sent to you. It has all these great links that people can click on to listen to key educators explaining them what conditioning is, that this is what's going to go on in your child's classroom. There will no longer be a true academic curriculum, and the charter schools will be the schools to implement it. They do not have elected school boards, charter schools. Charter schools, they act like they're the same as public schools, but they say they're innovative, and your parents are so happy because they can get their children out of this mess.
So they destroy the old schools,
right,
and then they bring in the new corporate schools.
Absolutely, the public school teachers will jump ship, and this is what I've said all along would happen. Jump ship from the traditional public school system with its extremely good, I might say, setup. I mean,
sure. They have to destroy it before they rebuild it. Charlotte, stay there. You're going to have the floor when we come back. Let's finish up what you discovered at Department of Education. Then the new information that's coming out exactly as you predicted. The book is The Deliberate Dumbing Down of America. Let me tell you a little bit about one of our great sponsors, HomeGain.com. This is the place to get you started buying or selling a home, finding a realtor, and getting any real estate questions answered. Go to HomeGain.com and see what I'm talking about. All you need to do is type in your home address, and you will get an instant free estimate of your home's value online. This is a great way to be able to monitor the value of your home. And again, it's absolutely free. There are tons of tools to help you. For instance, if you want to remodel your home, go to HomeGain.com. Use their Home Sale Maximizer to help you determine which home improvements can most increase your home's value before you put it on the market. For 10 years, these folks have been helping home sellers and buyers. Visit their link at Infowars.com. Look for Max, the orange Home Gain Gorilla, to help you with any real estate needs you might have. You'll love this site. It's HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com. Check them out today.
Is it really possible to get out of debt without payment plans or attorneys? 18 years ago, we developed a program that has made thousands debt-free in just 90 days. It's called Zero Debt in 90 Days, and it works for all credit card debt, medical bills, even collection lawsuits.
When I first joined, I was being sued. So I used the program methods, and after filing one piece of paper, the collection lawsuit was dismissed.
With Zero Debt in 90 days, your success is guaranteed in writing. There is no other program of its kind. Don't be alone when creditors gang up on you. Let our team of experts provide the resources to fight back and stop creditors in only 90 days, guaranteed. Prevent wage garnishments, bank levies, and stop collection calls with our proven program. Call Zero Debt in 90 days now, 800-477-9256, and ask for free information from an expert who also completed our program. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. 800-477-9256 or ZeroDebtGuaranteed.com. In a coming apart world, you need something to keep it tied together. That something is Atwood Rope, the highest quality rope made in the USA, from exotic braids for military, rescue, arborists, shipyards, tow line, or boating. Quality rope at affordable prices you and your customers can depend on. Find a dealer or shop online at atwoodrope.net. Enter promo code RADIO to receive 100 feet of 550 paracord free with purchase. Atwood Rope, working to keep the world tied together.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Pure water. What could be better than the gift of health for your loved ones? And who better to help you give the gift this holiday season than BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com? If those on your gift list are drinking or bathing in unfiltered city or well water, chances are that water is contaminated with rust, bacteria, chlorine, and fluoride. For just pennies a day, Berkey Water Filters remove dangerous contaminants from both well and city water, is powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water, and is great for camping and emergencies. Right now, GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems and free shipping on orders over $50. Purchase any filter system from BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com to get your choice of Berkey Sport bottles, a KDF shower filter, a set of fluoride filters, or the new Sight Glass spigot, absolutely free. Visit BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com or call 877-99-BERKEY today. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Give the gift of health at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com today.
No matter how hard you try, you can't stop us now.
It's available at Infowars.com, the deliberate dumbing down of America. It is full of graphics, photos, documents. You want the total proof, 100% proof of the scientific takeover of education. Charlotte, if I'm correct, it goes back to what, Germany 200 years ago? In Prussia, kindergarten, they wanted people to regurgitate info, not to actually be taught a classical education of how to think and to learn the love of thought, but to be drones so that they could decide what slot in life you would fill. They wanted Hessian soldiers who would sacrifice themselves in war unquestioningly. So you're at the Department of Education. You start discovering these horrors.
Right.
You have all the quotes in your book from them about how the family's a disease. They've got to get rid of it. I mean, this is literally the Borg takeover. Please continue.
Well, yes, the family and the country, nationality, any child who comes to school who believes in family and country and patriotism and et cetera is mentally ill. We have all these quotes. But there's a very good quote, because what we're really looking at, and of course they have to change the values, completely destroy any values that children have, religious or towards their country and all, and that's been sort of done, in case we wonder what's going on out in the street there with these sad-looking children and dropping out of school and all. That has been done. Now it's the refreezing, what you would call it, and the goal has been reached. And I just want to read, this is a new quote, Alex, that I found the other day. I give credit to a wonderful researcher who passed away recently, I guess, Jean Patton from Indiana. Brilliant. She was very good on English literature and all, and she wrote a little booklet. I can't remember the name of it right now, but this quote is in it, and it is from Woodrow Wilson. It's very important. This is when he was president of Princeton University, and addressed to the Federation of High School Teachers. And the quote was published in Consumer Advocates in the Classroom by Jean Patton, okay? Now, listen to this. It's better even than the Gates quote, you know, the Rockefeller one, the Southern Education Board, where they talked about, with the minorities and all, just we don't need doctors, lawyers, professors, et cetera, all of that. We just want to, have the happy down on the farm, huh? But this is even better. Here we go. This is Woodrow Wilson. This is before he was president. Quote, we want one class of persons to have a liberal education, and we want another class of persons, a very much larger class of necessity in every society, to forego the privilege of a liberal education and fit themselves to perform specific, difficult, manual tasks, end quote.
Wow.
That is dynamite. Now, that, folks, is exactly what's going in now. And let me point out to you, I had no idea when I got into the U.S. Department of Ed. I was a great fan of Ronald Reagan's, was, in quotes, huh? And when I got in there, I had no idea I was going to find this. I didn't know anything about school to work. I knew everything, I believe, about values clarification. I had even gone through Sidney Simon's values clarification, because I don't believe in talking about anything or writing about anything unless you've been through it. So I knew that the major goal in the 60s and 70s and into the 80s was to destroy our children's moral values. But I had no idea until I got into the Department of Ed, and Ronald Reagan promised to get rid of it, and he didn't on purpose. And if people think it was a mistake, it wasn't. He was not what people think. Anyway, I got in there and I started seeing all these things that led me to believe that they were focusing on workforce training. And then I got a hold of the Project BEST, Better Education Skills Through Technology, which is the computer curriculum, which is total Skinner, because Skinner said the computer was his box. And B.F. Skinner is the one who said I could make a pigeon, your child, a high achiever, by reinforcing it on a proper schedule. And the Secretary of Education right now, under Obama, has said that he believes in, well, they believe in merit pay. That's the same thing for the teachers. And for the students, he believes in paying them for good grades. Well, Skinner would love this. This is absolutely down his alley. Our whole country has been subjected, and is being right now, to Pavlov. In my own little town of Bath, Maine, 4 years ago, the police in the community-oriented policing system started passing out medals to citizens who they judged were doing good deeds.
Well, now, to interrupt, the New York Times has written a bunch of articles where the public school kids are given fake tickets to write their mother or father for taking a hot bath or for leaving the water running while they brush their teeth. They're openly turning our kids into spies.
Yep.
And the Drudge Report just went live with this. They're now having the TSA invade Walmart. We know Walmart's part of this big continuity of government takeover program to train the Walmart employees to be spies now. Stay there, Charlotte. Let's continue with what's going on in the public schools and how to stop them. Straight ahead. We'll be right back.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.